everything's going good, man. Everything's really well. Everyone loves it here, and here we are, man. It's a family, tight unit. You know, I've got two main fighters, Robin Palaleo and Lorenzo. Man, they weren't always mine, obviously. They come from elsewhere, but I've always had a tight little unit.
My background is Filipino, from the Philippines. I was born in Manila area, in Las Piñas. I reside in Las Piñas, and yeah, I live here in Australia, Sydney, Australia. I moved here since when I was 2, and I pretty much call Australia home as well, you know.
Yeah, I'm Tongan nationality. I was born in Penrith, an Nepean boy, and yeah, I pretty much grew up in Mount Druitt my whole life, and you know, the western suburbs. That's where all the talent is.
Knowing you're going to cop a beating every day, your body is taking a beating every day, either inspiring or just through the training. It's brutal, man. It's a brutal sport, but if you love it, as anything, man, you can strive to the top.
Make it drop, honey.
I first started when I was 9. My brother got me into boxing back in primary school. I was getting picked on before. Yeah, I came home. I used to cry in that. My brother goes, "Oh yeah, why are you crying for?" And then yeah, he took me to his gym, training at Blacktown PCY. That's where I first started. From then on, I started like learning from there.
I started off just in the backyard. You know, I grew up playing footy, but wasn't good at it. And so my dad could see that, you know, I was always in fights as a kid. You know, my dad thought I'd start taking me to a gym, so that's where I first started in Blacktown PCYC. Yeah, I started about when I was 8 years old and hit the gym when I was about 10 years old. Had my first fight when I was 11.
With the two boys I definitely got for fighters, I can see them making it to the top, 110%. I've known boxing, knowing the game. If they can stick to it and hard work, I won't be the only one that says it, they'll make it.
My mate Lorenzo, he got me started into it. So I met Elias through Lorenzo, and ever since then we became close.
Yeah, no, Elias was an old sparring partner, and he came down to our old gym in BHS with my old coach, and I met Elias there, and you know, ever since I met him, you know, we were tight, good mates. I had 3 years off. And made a comeback just last year, and you know, I heard from him. You know, we got in contact, and you know, he came down to one of my sparring sessions, and ever since then, you know, we pretty much just linked together, and you know, he started training me.
My favorite boxer has to be Sugar Ray Leonard, man. Yeah, watching him fight was like inspires me. I like his style. Like I try to adapt to his style, his speed, his power, everything. Especially the way he moves around the ring. So that kind of inspired me to move like that too.
Started watching Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, big fan of him. Floyd Mayweather.
How do you go past Mayweather right now? He's got skills like you can't see, man. His defensive skills are ridiculous. When I was growing up, funny enough, probably everyone else's was Rocky, man. I know he's not a true fighter, but the character he plays like an underdog it's an inspiration to me for sure. I watch it every day still.
What I always say is learn to fight before you shape up. You know, when you jump in the ring, it's not a sport where you just jump in and throw punches. It's a game of chess.
Man, I have a lot. Like for Loco Fight Squad, it's obviously hard work and dedication. But I've always loved the one, he who fears me conquers to serve defeat.
My old coach used to tell me, hit and not to be hit. So that's why I keep it in my head.
Oh, it's just, you know, the atmosphere, you know, the people here, you know, the Elias and, you know, the staff here. Everyone's just welcoming. It's like, it's family.
The people that are from here, this gym are really, really good people, you know. Like, we're pretty much like a family here in this gym. And, you know, I help out the gym, run the classes as well myself. You know, teach other people what I've learned.
In Loco Fight Squad, man, I just wanted to be a tight unit, man, eh? A tight unit where we all help each other, hard work.
I want to try to get as far as I can through boxing, get a good career out of it, and hopefully, you know, get that belt, or champion belt.
My ultimate goal is to just do this for God in everything that I do. It's not to please people, you know, it's to show the people that God is real, and pretty much to support my family, especially my mum.
You know, here, especially here, man, we only new. You know, we're still coming up in the world and up in Australia too, and we're still learning. Every day we're learning. You know, every single person learns here every day about helping people get to where they need to get to. Whether or not it's weight loss, whether it's kids just want to have some fun, or fighters that want to make it to the top. Here we are, man. That's what we do. We work here. We're hard working, and you know, we dedicate a lot of time into everyone here.